If I'm not providing financially and my family is not secure, I feel failed and I cannot focus on any part of life. My physical health, I've been wanting to focus on that for the last couple of years, but it's hard for a chef, right? Especially when we make all these gluttonous foods. But really dove into it this year. Lost a lot of weight. 30 pounds in the last year and a half. 36 pounds probably. And a lot of it is just focusing on what I'm eating, what I'm putting into my body. This is breakfast. This has been my breakfast every single day, without the addition of berries. This is my first time adding berries. I never liked eating berries before. I never liked yogurt, and for some reason I'm getting into it now. Because I'm realizing hey, there's a lot of protein. Yes, I'm kind of lactose, but it's all good stuff. Not even working out. It's just being more aware of what I'm consuming and how I'm eating. And I'm an emotional eater, obviously, and once I realized that part was taking over my body and then taking over my life, and I felt like crap every time I ate. Food is comfort, but it's also fuel. So realizing those two things was a huge shift in my mindset. I don't need to be munching on everything all the time. But I feel better, I have more energy to do stay up longer, to be more active with the kids, and I think that's the most important thing. Is that's helped me a lot with my mental health, is being happy with myself. And for my mental health, I realize over everything, I'm not expecting anybody to make me happy. I am not putting that pressure on anybody to bring me joy in my life. Not to support from my family, support from my followers. That's not what's going to make me happy. I have to be happy with myself. It doesn't matter where I am. It doesn't matter who I'm with. If I'm not happy from the inside out, then I'll never be happy. So I make sure that I make myself happy by being in a good mental space of hey, did you try your best today? Knowing that is when I can be content and satisfied. And I know it sounds selfish, not saying hey, I'll make sure I'm happy first, but can you really take care of anybody if you're not taken care of? And if you're not taking care of yourself? I really don't think so. I've been super fortunate, I think, with building this whole thing, is thinking that I get to spend a lot of time with my kids, my family. We get to go on vacation, and I think we'd be able to do that while they're just young. I got to go attend both of their births, and during both of the births, something interesting happened. Every day while they're in the hospital, I get a phone call from an opportunity, right? First time my son was born, I got a call from my food hall in Minneapolis, and they were asking me to come out there and to open a storefront in the food hall, no rent. I'm that's kind of cool. I'm I can't. I just had a son. When my daughter was born, I got asked to do a cannabis infused dinner with a chef, do a collaboration with him. And the week we were gonna do it, I can't. My daughter's gonna be born this week. And he went off and did the pop-up solo, and that day they got featured in the New York Times. So I think it was really interesting, the opportunities that I trade up, and I feel it was kind of meant to be. You see those moments where I'm hey, I'm here for my family, or I could be out here building this more of a name for myself, which could obviously benefit my family as well. But thinking of those balances between of providing financially and emotionally there, and then also being there mentally. I'm there physically, but I'm there 100% emotionally, and that's something that I'm struggling with right now. As much as I am here, mentally, my mind escapes me, and I'm always thinking. I'm always in work mode. I'm always trying to figure out the next way to make moves to provide, because number one, that's what I do. I'm a provider, right? If I'm not providing financially, if my family is not secure, I feel failed, and I cannot focus on any part of life. Nothing else matters, and I will give up that time with them to go out and make sure that they can have what they need or what they want. So a lot of that, I think, goes into your mental and physical health. For my mental health, sometimes I get burned out, and I just have to remind myself why I'm doing this. For me, as soon as I know my why, I can go and I won't stop.